What's up everyone, I'm the Kaiju no Kami, and I just actually wanted to show off the recent Sentai book that came out, which is basically an anniversary book covering 45 teams from a company called Gakuen. Don't know much about them. I'm actually more used to the Sentai books that are done by this company, which actually I still don't really know their name. Never really figured that out, but whatever. So let's see here. Where should I start with this thing? First off, this was about $36 before shipping. I got it sent to me with the new Kamen Rider Black figure arts, which is slightly disappointing because of these rubber bits. Then, fortunately, my Black doesn't have the rubber bits tearing yet. I'm sure it will over time, but other people have been getting it with it already pre-torn and stuff. So yeah, nice job, Bandai. Maybe you can do some sort of replacement program or something, or maybe correct it and then let the store ship to international buyers the corrected version. I don't know. Anyway, so we've got the Sentai Encyclopedia, or at least it's been advertised as being called a Sentai Encyclopedia. Now this is the interesting thing. This is just a slipcover. When you take it out, the book is actually done. Notice something? What's odd about this? Take a look at this one. It opens. This is the front cover, right? It opens that way. This one is done in an American style or Western style book. It opens this way. So that was kind of interesting to notice, which was odd, but okay. Overall, I have to say this book I was not all that impressed with. I mean, I'm glad I got it. It's kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm very disappointed. Which I'll go over as to why. So, first we've got like different swords, and in the back side, I've got their guns. So you open it up and you get to this. You get the table of contents, and you might notice something. Well, maybe. But the teams aren't listed in order. So what they did in this book, for some reason, they actually don't list the teams in order by series release. They list them under categories. So here we've got Solidarity. Such a weird title for that. But we've got Gold Ranger. But we've got Gold Ranger, Jaka, Battle Fever J, Sun Vulcan, Changeman, Jetman, Old Ranger, Mega Ranger, Time Ranger, Go Busters, the Potch Rangers. And then we have some cool, like, drawn artwork of moves that the Gold Rangers did for their attack. We've got Mecha. Little cool thing there showing Beat Fighter Battle Fever Robo. More Mecha for the series. So, seems like they're doing the Rangers for that category and then the Mecha, right? That's what it seems like initially. There's also this page here, which is kind of cool. I'm not exactly sure what it's meant to do, but it's cool. So we've got Progress. Then we've got Godzilla 5, Dynaman, Maskman. I'm not going to go through the whole book with you. Let's see if I can just... Turbo Ranger, 5-man, Gogo 5. Okay, so this is where things get a little weird. So we go up to, we've got Bulkinger, and then they do Geki Ranger. And then when you turn the page for Geki Ranger, they have the Geki Ranger Mecha. You're probably like, wait, what? Yes. The Geki Ranger Mecha is after Geki Ranger, even though we've got Lupin Ranger, and then the Mecha for the other teams. What? That doesn't make any sense. And yeah, it's weird how it's set up. It's like sometimes they'll just show all the Rangers and the mecha afterwards. But then they'll show Ranger, mecha for that team they just covered, then Ranger, then more mecha for everything else that was covered in that section. It doesn't make sense to me why they're choosing to put some of the mecha after certain series, but not all series, or why all the mecha is just not saved till the end. I don't get it. That is just weird. And then the other thing though, if you're a villain fan like myself, sadly, this is the only page dedicated to villains. Our villain team, Ranger teams. So the Ginga Man, the Zoku Rangers, the Neji Rangers, the Evolian Rangers, and then the Flower Ninja team. That's all. That's all. That's it. That's the only villains you will have in this entire book, which is very, very disappointing. You'd think that given how many pages this book is, they could have dedicated a couple pages to the villains. At least show, like, even if they were tiny screenshots showing every single monster of the week, maybe even doing a category for which villains are like machine-based, which villains are demonic, which villains are supernatural, which villains are aliens. That would have been cool, but no. It's just all Rangers and mecha outside of that one little page. I mean, I would have even wouldn't have minded if they had even done something like where they do here, where we've got some. Come on. Let's just go with Die Ranger here, where we've got some pages that actually show at least the main villains, and some screenshots of the Rangers fighting the villains. I would have been okay with that. Instead, though, there's nothing of the villains in this book at all. So we've got, after Progress, I think it was, we have Inheritance, which covers the 3 ninja teams in Shinkenger. Let's see, one thing that's kind of cool. Well, again, here's something weird. So, after the Kaku Rangers, they do the Kaku Ranger mecha. Then we have Hurricaneger, and they do the Hurricaneger mecha. Then they do Ninja and the Ninja mecha. And then Shinkenger. Then they talk about some other stuff here, like I guess family teams or ancient teams, whatever. And then they show the Shinkenger mecha. And then we have Evolution, which is pretty much dinosaur teams, which again, they do Ranger team and then mecha. So this covers the 4 dinosaur teams. Now this is a cool thing that's in this book. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can show a close-up of it. That's kind of cool. I'm not exactly sure what it's actually exactly showing, but it's cool nonetheless. It's like some sort of timeline, as if they were all one in the same universe or something, I guess. Then we've got Symbiosis, which covers Die Ranger. Gotta love my Die Ranger. Oh, and that's one cool thing I will say, is that there is a new piece of artwork for each team on one side. Like here's the Ginga Man one. Magi Rangers is pretty cool. And then again, they do all, this chapter is weird because again, they do all the mecha for each team as they're showing off the team, which again does not make sense to me. Why it's one way with some pages and not that way with the other. They do show some cannon attacks. And then, let's see. What's the next chapter? The next chapter is Expansion. So we've got Car Ranger, we've got Flashman, we've got Q Ranger, Gokaiger. Now again, here's another, once again, so Kira Major, Kira Major's mechs, and then the mecha to all the other series shown in here. So Denji Robo, Bio Robo, Flash Robo, Car Ranger. So why do some teams have their mechs saved for the end and some teams don't have their mechs saved for the end? And then at the end, towards the end of the book, we have Zenkaiger. And then glossary. Pages are pretty thick, which is pretty nice. Now the book before the glossary is 264 pages. Oh, and I guess there's that to show off. I don't recognize that blue guy, the blue and black guy though. Who is that? Why don't I recognize that guy? Why do I not recognize him? I don't know. I guess I'll have to look and see. Maybe it's just because it's a drawing of someone and I don't notice them. But yeah, I don't recognize that guy. I should though. Well, unless he's in Toku, then that would be why. But anyway, so that's the Sentai Encyclopedia. Like I said, it's cool to have. I'm glad I have it. I love that it's hardcover, but I don't get the ordering of the teams and why, or the ordering of the mecha. Why couldn't they just do each team in chronological order? And as I said, I liked it that these books would actually show some villains and some monsters of the week. So it'd be cool if they did that here. I mean, seriously. Would it have killed them to have just shown off pages of villains? Even if it was only like 10 pages in the book? Maybe they'll come out with a companion piece for the villains. Highly doubt it, but that would be cool. So yeah, I don't know what I think about this Sentai book. I won't say it's a book that every collector must buy. If you're a diehard Sentai fan, it won't hurt to buy it. Especially if you can't get a hold of one of these, like this one, the most recent one that goes up to the start of Lupin Ranger versus Pot Ranger. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like that it has every team. Die Ranger. I like that it has every team in it, even if it's only a single page, or I guess technically 2 pages for the earlier teams. They show you the freaking villains in here. See, even Turbo Ranger has its lackluster villain shown. Now, as you get farther, if you look, let's go to Goldbusters. You got that, and then 4 pages. So when you get farther in the book, when you get to the 2000s, it goes to 3 pages for the 2000 series, and then 4 pages for the teams from the last decade. Outside of Lupin versus Pot, who only have 3 pages because they were the latest team, so there wasn't that much to show off at that time when this book was printed. I would have loved it if this book had done that. But that's all I've got. I just wanted to do just a little overview and showing you what this book entails in case you want to buy it or you were looking for something more in depth with the villains. Again, that's all you get on the villains. Lame. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm repeating myself now, so I'm just going to stop here. If you did buy this book, tell me, what did you think of it? Did you think it was worth it? Do you want to get it regardless of how awkward it's put together? Let me know in the comments. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support me. You can support me on Patreon, Kaiju no Kami, Facebook, Kaiju no Kami, Twitter, Kaiju no Kami, Instagram, Kaiju no Kami, and my website, creativitybydesignllc.com. Until next time, bye.